I'm Chris Berman. Got a lot of games to cover. Let's get at it. In our first game this week, we had the Packers edge their way to a narrow 3-point win. The Cowboys won this contest, but will stay at the 4th place in the NFC East. Keller had a stellar game, but all said and done, his performance wasn't enough to lift his team to a victory. Number 22 hauled in over 150 yards receiving and helped his Rams beat the Panthers. Eagles, Redskins. And helped Santana Moss came up with a big play as he was able to pull this one in. The Eagles go on to win this by the final score of 21-14. In a long-standing NFC rivalry, we had the Cardinals pick up their 6th win of the year. In the land of the crab cakes, Baltimore, we had the Ravens walk away with a 6-point victory. We had an interesting free agency pickup of note here. Trey's got the lowdown for us. Trey?
All right, Chris. Let's switch gears and talk about players that'll have new homes in the National Football League, as free agency continues to play such a huge role in determining a team's makeup. Ken Hamlin will be moving on from his current address, and he gets a pretty good deal to do it. 4 years, $23.7 million. On top of that, a $2.3 million signing bonus. This guy will also have a new address for a while as he signs a 4-year contract with the Colts. This guy will have a new place to call home as he accepts a new contract. 4 years, $25.3 million. On top of that, a $2.5 million signing bonus. This guy is on the move as well as he signs a 3-year contract with the Panthers.
Dolphins, Broncos.
Contract.
Henry would certainly like to help his team get into the end zone. And he's set 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Now looks to bounce outside. Does so. Gets a block. Touchdown. 10 yards.
The Broncos win this one by the final score of 20-17. Down in Nashville, we had the Titans fall by 10 points. The Steelers got 300-plus yards from their offense in their victory at Heinz Field. The Texans won at home, but will take to the road next week to meet the Bears. Browns, Bills. The Bears. Number 80 is set to receive the kick, and it's kind of a number, whoa, almost like a wide receiver makes that catch. Now has to reverse field, but he's got a wall in front of him, picks up a big block at the 40. Got one man to beat. He could go all the way, 78 yards. What a play. The Browns win this one by the final score of 37-30. The Chargers won this contest, but will stay at the 2nd place in the AFC West. We had a big injury in this one, and Trey has the lowdown for us. Trey?
All right, Boomer, thanks. This week had some big injuries, and we'll get to all of them. But we're going to start right here. McCoy had to leave the game, and we see that the rookie will be out of action, which could seriously hinder his development this year. Doctors at the hospital reported finding a broken vertebra in his back, and needless to say, he'll be out for the rest of the season.
John Abraham had yet another productive game, keeping his streak alive, but in the end, it wasn't enough to get the win. Clinton Portis pulled down 100-plus receiving yards and helped his Bengals beat the Patriots. And in our final game, we had the Bears come away victorious.
All right, Chris, thanks. Time to check out our playoff races now as December is officially upon us. Let's start it out with a look at the AFC. And now checking things out over in the NFC playoff race. So there you have it. Still plenty of intrigue left in this NFL season as the homestretch madness is only just beginning. And that'll do it from here. Chris, let's send it back over to you.
That'll do it here for Pivotal Week 14. Things ought to get very interesting over the next 3 weeks, huh? Before we go, my prime-time players' game balls go out to a few gentlemen that are pushing their teams toward the playoffs. That'll do it, sports fans. I'm Chris Berman, and thanks so much for joining us here in the Bristol studios. We'll see you next week right here on ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports.